What went right on the Brightwell return?
Good blocks. Had some good blocks at the point of attack. Gary did a good job of just, hitting it, getting vertical. And it's just something we've been working on. It's kind of starting to move forward. So we just got to make sure we just keep working the fundamentals and the techniques. We talk to the guys all the time. When you execute the fundamentals and the techniques, the big plays will come. So we just got to make sure we keep executing.
Ballinger's not usually in that spot. Does he earn himself a spot there after having that block on that return?
Well, I mean, it's, those guys are always rolling back there. It's just situational. Obviously he stepped in when Tanner, got hurt, or was out. So, but no, he did a good job. Belly's doing a good job. He's working hard, and it's showing up in all facets of his game.
Is it hard in this era with such a high percentage of touchbacks for players? Do you have to remind players to stay mentally into it? In that game, you got 5 touchbacks and a 47-yard return.
Yeah, I mean that's just part of the game now. That's what it is. I mean it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The game is the game, and the guys have to stay locked in because you just never know when somebody might kick it short. They kind of lull you to sleep, and all of a sudden the ball's at the 15-yard line. So you always got to be locked in and ready.
O'Shane talked about, I think it was O'Shane, about one of the things on the checklist every week is winning special teams. How many weeks do you feel like you've won on these first 6?
It's kind of been, 50-50 maybe, if not in a lower percentage. We haven't played great, in my opinion, but the guys are getting better. And that's our whole mantra in our room. It's that word Kaizen is something that we live by in our room, and it's the act of continuous improvement. And it's not getting too high, it's not getting too low. It's figuring out what you need to do that day to get better. And individually they have to get better, and as a group we have to get better. So once we're going in the right direction. So it's to answer your question, I feel like we're going in the right direction.
Are you a tough grader?
Yeah, I think I am. We do have a standard here. We've played pretty well on special teams the last 4 or 5 years here, so I think the players understand the standard. They know what it is, and we know that we weren't playing up to the standard, and we just got to keep getting better.
That play where Richie kind of chipped the gunner to let that ball go in the end zone. Is that something you coach, or is that totally up to him?
No, we coach it. It's situational. You got to be smart. Every week we go through a reel of situations that happen throughout the league, and we always talk to our guys about borrowing knowledge and buying knowledge. Those are 2 types of knowledge that you borrow and buy in this game. So we watch those clips, and sometimes we borrow it from other people, and then sometimes we buy it. But no, Richie does a really good job. He understands that job and what it entails. You just got to be smart in how you go about it, because if you lead with a forearm or you hit a guy in the head, it could be unnecessary roughness penalty. So you just got to be smart in how you handle it.
What are you seeing from Nick McLeod? It seems like he's really making an impact when he's in there.
Nick's done a great job. He's been a really pleasant surprise. He stepped right in, and this kid is all business all the time. He's always locked in. He's always focused, and he's a young pro. He's a young pros pro, and I can't wait to see him just keep going and growing as a player.
Maybe a dumb question, but you had 3 fair catches on 4 punts. Is that the goal of every punt, just to have a fair catch? Or are there any times you actually want them to return?
Situationally, sometimes you might want them to return if you got trying to take some time off the clock late in the game or something like that. But yeah, the plan is not to give up any return yardage, and we all know who Devin Duvernay is. I mean, he's outstanding. So the goal was to make sure that he did not return the ball. And I think he had 12 yards or whatever the whole day. But no, that was the goal. To not have him return the ball.